To be exact, and this is what he tweeted to them after the game. The greater man upstairs know when it's my time. Right now isn't the time, in 140 characters or less. What do you think about this tweet?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like great athletes, and this is my opinion, all right, hiding behind that. I never heard him hide behind that. I never heard Larry Bird and Michael Jordan behind that. I never heard Jim Brown or Muhammad Ali hide behind that. I don't like that. Well, so the man upstairs doesn't like J. Kidd, he doesn't like Kevin Durant, other people that are going to be playing into the future, Derrick Rose. You look around the league, you don't like Rondo. I mean, you control some stuff. I hope the man upstairs has got bigger things to worry about than NBA games, and you can control that. He is skilled enough, passionate enough, talented enough to control that to a great degree himself. That just strikes me. That doesn't strike me well.
He needs to learn how to speak to the media. I mean, he puts his foot in his mouth time and time again. That's why all this heat is on him. 5, 6, 7 championships. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Be quiet. Play. You're one of the greats of the game of all time, in my opinion. So just be quiet and let your game do the talking. I always hear him say, my game's going to do my talking, but I hear him talking a lot.
I didn't play well. We didn't get it done as a team. But to all my fans, I'm going to work so hard in the summertime, and we will be back. That's what he should be saying. Point blank.
Somebody once said, if you win, use we. If you lose, use I. Just something to think about.
Cleveland Plain Dealer. Here's the headline there. Decision. Mavs. George Smith reports.
At the Winking Lizard Tavern in downtown Cleveland, fans had one message for LeBron James. There was pure joy and a collective celebration when the Dallas Mavericks denied King James the NBA crown.
I'm kind of happy for Dirk, and it just shows LeBron that sometimes the grass isn't always green on the other side. You can't always take the easy way out. So maybe next year, but not this year for him.
He deserves what he's getting tonight, another loss, and I hope he has many losses to come. Cavs fans became Mavs fans as most of this city seemed to be against the Ohio native.
No one likes him around here. No one wants him to win.
I don't hate him as a person. I just hate the basketball player now that he's gone. So it's not personal. It's just you go against the Cavs, you go against Cleveland, you go against me, the city. So that's where I stand.
I think karma got the best of him. He's gone, and we look forward to our future for the Cavs without him.
Many fans who were here tonight said they would never forgive James for leaving Cleveland. But at least one man said he would at some point, just not tonight. In Cleveland, George Smith, ESPN.
Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert's tweet after last night's result. Congrats to Mark C. and entire Mavs organization. Mavs never stopped, and now entire franchise gets rings. Old lesson for all. There are no shortcuts, period. None. Yep, I'd say they're just about over it. We bring in Aaron Goldhammer, ESPN 850 radio, host in Cleveland. Aaron, I want the town's take on LeBron's loss. You're just coming off the radio show. What was the vibe?
Well, we're not throwing a parade here, Christine, but we're close. I don't think it's like Cleveland actually winning a championship. I don't think that's fair. But there was a promise that Dan Gilbert made in that letter about a year ago that Cleveland was going to win a championship before LeBron. And it was a ridiculous promise. It was a promise that had a very slim chance of actually coming true. And it's something I think, though, that Cleveland has sort of held to throughout what has been a very tumultuous year in sports in this town. And I think last night, at least for one more year, we can hang on to that dream that the Cavs will win a championship before LeBron and the Heat.
Yep, you hang tight on to that there, Aaron. I said tongue-in-cheek, yes, it sure seems like they're over it, because it still sounded so bitter as George was talking to the patrons there. But does the loss and LeBron's disappointment bring some closure?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I thought throughout the course of the year, you know, the fan base has moved. There's been a change in the way people feel. There's less hate and less bitterness now than there was then, and we sort of have different kinds of feelings as we've started to understand the decision and understand why LeBron made the move that he made, and as we've come to realize, too, that maybe LeBron wasn't the guy we thought he was, that sort of helps you get some closure. You know, on the other hand, people here in Cleveland still hate on Art Modell. They still, hold ill feelings towards Jose Mesa and John Elway, other troubling moments in Cleveland sports history. So until someone wins something here, until one of these teams wins a championship, I still think there's going to be a lot of passion and a lot of bitterness directed towards number 6 in a Heat jersey.
Finally, when the Mavs visit town, what kind of reception do you imagine?
That's an interesting question. I hadn't thought about it. I think there's going to be some cheering, but I think also, people got to remember, too, the Cavs have the number 1 and number 4 overall picks in the upcoming draft, and I think people hope once we have an NBA season, who knows, with a potential looming lockout, but, you know, once Kyrie Irving and maybe Enes Kanter, some of these new players, you know, come on the floor, I think the era of Cleveland rooting for teams just to beat LeBron hopefully is over, and the era of Cleveland fans getting to root for their team again because they're going to be playing meaningful games is hopefully on the horizon.
I hope so, too. In the meantime, you still have a lot to talk about there. Aaron Goldhammer with Cleveland's take on LeBron, ESPN 850 radio host there in Cleveland.
Thanks, Christine.
What to watch?